Hey everyone, Wes here from Great Scott Prop Shop. In this video, we're going to be installing the replacement V-Hook kit for the Spirit Proton Pack, so we can get rid of this crappy little peg thing that never stays on. But anyways, let's get started. For this install, you're going to need the kit, the V-Hook kit,
the Neutrona Wand track shown here,
a small Phillips head screwdriver. We're going to need some sort of a saw or cutting device to be used to cut that guy off. Then we're going to need 2 Allen wrenches. 3/32 Allen wrench, and this one is a 5/64 Allen wrench. Also going to need a drill with a 7/64 drill bit. So first things first, let me clear some of this out of the way. I'm going to remove these 4 screws. Okay, screws are out. Put those aside. Hang on to them because you will need them again in a few minutes.
Also, you're going to want to make sure that this piece right here pop out.
Next, we're going to take our kit out. Everything is going to come pre-assembled, so pay close attention to how things go together. So we're going to slide this end off. Female side, this is going to go on the wand, so I'm going to put it over here for now. This is going to go on your Proton Pack. Take these guys out first. Also want to take note the screws in here and the screws in here on this side, the part that's going to mount to the wand, they are 2 different size screws, so don't get them mixed up. Alright, take that apart. I'll lay this to the side and we're to this piece here. Get this guy lined up, press it on in there. And you want these 2 holes, these mounting screws right here. You want those, you want this guy here, you want them to be towards the top of the Proton Pack. Then we're going to take the screws that you just removed and reinstall them. Get them nice and snug. Okay, so the screws are reinstalled and you want them tight, so snug them down, but use common sense because anytime you're screwing screws in plastic, you can over tighten them and strip the threads. So snug them down, don't crank on them because they will break.
I wanted to jump back in here with another update from our first video. I've had a couple of users that have had the mounting blocks come out after they put the stock screws back in here. And I'm thinking what's happened is the stock screws that come in here have either been over tightened and stripped out, or more likely from the factory they may have been over tightened. So when they put the wand on, this block comes out, which is no good. Again, this has only happened a couple of times out of the hundreds that we've sold. So a workaround to this, if this should happen to you, is getting some longer screws. I picked these up at Ace Hardware. They are size 3/48. See if I can focus on that here. But all we would do here in this circumstance, if this happens to you, is get a longer screw. Again, they're size 3/48, and you would proceed with mounting these. You may have to drill these out just slightly. So once you mount this through, they would, if I can get a good angle, they would stick through the back here, and you would just put a nut on the back of them to secure it in place. That way you're not relying on the screws biting into the plastic to hold it on there. You've got a backing nut on here, and these are probably too long. These I think are 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch long. You probably don't need them that long, just long enough to go through to the other side. Again, these are size 3/48 by I think this was a 1/2 inch long. You probably could get away with a 1/4, but it's not going to hurt to go longer. I think they're about 45 cents a piece. So again, 3/48 with a 3/48 backing nut to through bolt it onto the Proton Pack if you're having that sort of a problem. I don't include these screws with the order because again, There has only been a few people that have needed this, and to keep the price where it's at, they're not included. So you would need to source these. I recommend an Ace Hardware.
Get one in there, leave it kind of loose, and we'll get the other one in there. Again, spin it around till it gets snug. I'm doing 2 finger tight here. Okay, that is installed. You want to get these screws nice and flush with the plate. That way when you put your other bracket on, slides on in there, it is not getting caught at all on here. Okay, I'm going to put this part aside for a second. I'm using this for basically demonstration purposes. So for the purposes of this video, I'm not going to take too much care in taping any of this off when I saw it. So I'm just going to slice it off, and it's probably going to get marked up. Okay. Alright, that guy's off of there.
Use the track as a guide to drill your pilot holes. First, line the track up on the bottom of the wand so the holes roughly line up with the middle of the heat sink. You can use tape to hold it in place if you want. Drill one pilot hole to start off and then use the provided screw to attach the hook to the track. Remember, you're making threads in the plastic as you screw it in, so take your time. Now that you've got the first hole drilled and the first screw in, make sure everything is lined straight, then drill the second hole and fasten. And that's it, you're all finished. If this video helped you out, please give us a thumbs up, and make sure to check us out on Etsy. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.